What's up, Reds? Welcome to the live watch. Oh, Jesus, I fucked up. Good thing we're not live. What's up, Reds? Welcome to the match preview. Liverpool, Man City, most anticipated match of the year, perhaps. We're going to hear to preview it. Team news, we got lineups, predictions, everything coming at you. Steve's with me. Steve, are you ready for this match, bro?
You know these are my favorite. I look forward to these.
It's huge. I mean, more so, are you ready given our form?
I'll say this. I'm not as excited because we've been in poor form, but I'm also not as stressed. I'm almost relaxed going into it. We're not expected to win. As much as I have faith in them to turn it around at some point,
right?
We're not expected to win. And if I say I feel like we're going to win, I'm crazy. Not that I feel that way, but that's how I felt against Arsenal.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you felt like we weren't expected to beat Arsenal.
No, I felt like I felt 100% certain we were going to beat Arsenal.
Okay, so a little bit different.
I don't know. We may have even been favorites in that match. I don't know. We should have been.
Probably should have been. But, Man City have started the year off hot, and we haven't, Premier League-wise. Now, I do think the previous match against Rangers are going to give us some confidence going forward. I mean, damn, we looked good yesterday. I mean, Jesus Christ, man. Like, everything about yesterday was perfect. Nunez gets a goal. Bobby Firmino's playing like he did in 17-18. I mean, I honestly didn't have a bad thing to say about yesterday. If we can take that same style of play into the Man City match, I mean, we got to at least give them a game. You know what I mean? We can't lose 5-0. I mean, Jesus Christ.
I mean, the chances of that happening are slim. Let's put it that way.
Yeah.
I mean, we got spanked by Napoli, but like these matches we're losing, this poor form, it really is just a matter of like a few moments. Because at the end of the day, us in poor form is still better than 75% of the clubs in Europe.
That's true.
So,
that's true. However,
thank God we have quality and talent. Otherwise, we may not have a single win this year.
Yeah, isn't it crazy? We only have 2 wins in the Premier League.
It is, but there's only 2 losses. Crazy
when you think about it that way.
It is.
It's kind of crazy. And that's what worries me is how well Man City are playing. Pep's already playing some mind games saying that Haaland's got muscle injuries, muscle disorders, some BS, right? Feel like Haaland's going to play, all right? The only thing we got going for us is this game's at Anfield, and I'm serious, dude. If we can play, I know it was Rangers. I know the quality came out, especially in the second half. But if we can play like we did against Rangers, that style, I do think we're going to give them problems offensively. I don't think our issue is scoring goals. I know you said on the Sunday summary our issue is like not our issue, but we need to score more goals. I honestly think that our attack is fine. It's our defense. Like, Rangers scored first. We went behind again in that match.
Right. Well, we need to score more goals because that's what we've done the last few years is score more goals. I think it was last year. Didn't we set a record for amount of goals scored in like a certain span, or like bested like Liverpool's best goal scoring season, something like that? This year, it's just not the case.
We've set a lot of records. I mean, Mo Salah just set the fastest record in the Champions League for a hat trick. I mean, we're setting records every year, regardless if we're good or not. We're setting some sort of record. I think for me, I just need to give Man City a game, dude. I don't want to be let down. I don't want this to be a 3-0 defeat, because if we lose to Man City, it's deflating. This season is
over.
Deflating. It's over. I mean, the title race.
It probably already is.
Yeah.
But things can change. Certainly things can change.
Of course.
But if we lose this one, like, I think it's that fine of a margin.
Well, talk about fine margins. What's not fine margins is the gap in this table, dude. All right, Man City have 23 points. Liverpool have 10. We're 13 points behind Man City. That's not fine margins. All right.
I mean fine margins as in, like, these are must-wins.
Oh, right. Yeah.
Not that they're not all must-wins, but I said it the other day, like, this the Arsenal game and the City game are just the most crucial games because they're current, but also because those two teams are on top. If you can beat both, if you could have won both of those matches, it's a 6-point swing against each.
You know what bothers me more than anything, though? I just need to say this. When you see the games like Bournemouth and Rangers, even if they're not that good, we played phenomenal in those games. Like when you see that, and then you see the performance that you put in against Arsenal, or losing to Napoli 4-1. When you see that, and then you see the contrast with the other games, that pisses me off more. Like I can handle it if you have one loss every now and then, but you're playing consistent. We're not consistent at all. And
we're consistently poor.
That's what
if you take those two out, we're consistently poor.
We are. And then randomly we'll have this great game. I mean,
it's crazy. And I mean, I even think back to the Community Shield.
Yeah. I mean, well,
like we played incredible that day.
We did. And we've had games where we play well. I just think the defense has really let us down this season. And we lack that chemistry, that confidence. And that kind of the chemistry part leads me into the injury stuff. So we know Trent is likely to miss the match. Arthur's out. Diaz is out. That's a huge loss. Not being without Diaz is probably the biggest loss. 3 to 4 months with that, injury to his knee. I didn't even follow up on that. I just saw 3 to 4 months. I was like, Jesus, he's out for a while. And then Matip's out. So we're probably looking at the same exact lineup we saw. Gomez, Konate. By the way, Konate is just an animal, dude. He's so freaking good. He was better than Van Dijk. Van Dijk has been really bad this year, and I love Van Dijk. But Van Dijk made like 2 or 3 passes where he just flat out gave the ball away yesterday. Van Dijk, he's not the same player, but Konate, I see something special in this kid, dude. Konate is a beast. And Gomez wasn't too bad either, man. I like Gomez at right back.
I thought Gomez was great. Great pass. That was like a Trent pass.
Oh my! It was
to Bobby.
Yeah.
Virgil got lazy.
Yeah.
Like that pass he gave away at the end there, that was him just feeling swaggy and just getting lazy. Like thinking he's too cool.
He is. That's how he
losing focus. He's always played like that, but it was never an issue. You cannot play like that when the team's not playing well.
Yeah, you're not wrong.
I mean, when you're up 6-1, 7-1, sure. But, like, that's just a bad example.
Yeah.
For Konate, who's 21 years old or whatever.
Yeah. A little older than that, but I get what you're saying.
How old is he?
He's 22. He might even be 23 now, dude.
Wow.
Yeah, he's it's crazy. But
anyways,
he looked good is what I was saying. I like how Konate looked versus Matip. But it literally changes year to year. Matip was clearly better last season. Towards the end of the year, you were looking at Konate like, damn, Konate's actually making a point for starting next to Van Dijk, right? Because we all thought Van Dijk was still good. And now this season, Van Dijk has actually been the poorer of all the center backs. Or at least to me, it stands out. I'm not going to say he's been bad. But when you compare it to how I know Konate is just now starting to play, but from the sample sizes I've seen of Konate, man, Konate is just good. He is.
He's 23 and a half. Almost 23 and a half. I just checked. The thing with Virgil is there's a lot that he does that we don't see.
Yeah.
There's passes that don't ever get made or even thought of being made because of his positioning, his prowess, his size, his pace. So that's one thing. But he's been sloppy on the ball. That's what I think. Poor decision making and sloppy on the ball.
That 3 passes yesterday, poor.
Yeah,
and you're right. He's too swaggy. He's always played that way. Very rarely do you see Van Dijk play with an urgency. He does do it in certain games. I guarantee you we'll see it on Sunday. I guarantee it. We'll see it against Man City. But
I don't think he's lost a step either. Like I still think he's just as athletic. I think there's maybe just like a screw loose this year. Something's going on.
Some people think that he hasn't been the same since the injury, and I just disagree with that. I don't think it has anything to do with the injury, per se. I just think he's in his 30s. I'm not going to say it's his age.
The injury was years ago. That's over with.
What's that?
The injury was years ago.
I agree. I don't think it's his injury at all. I just think he's been peaking for so long. Now he's making mistakes. No one can be perfect for that long. Dude wasn't dribble passed for 2 freaking years. It's insane. Now he's getting nutmegged every other game. It's like, oh, okay. Well, all right. But would you believe me if I told you that Man City have a 52% probability of winning?
No.
Well, that's what this.
I mean, yes.
Yeah. So, and again, I think this is polled. I don't think it's like stats based or anything. Liverpool 25%, Man City 52%.
I think it's AI based. You think it's AI based? On ESPN. Can you hear me okay?
Yeah, you're good.
Okay. On ESPN they do this for all sports, and I'm fairly certain it's AI based. But the things to note are, Diaz is out. Trent.
Diaz out. Being out is the biggest thing for me.
Personally. Diaz, Trent, Matip out.
Yeah.
Arthur, Ox, Keita, Jones, all irrelevant. But
Ox back in training. Thiago, huge to have him. Hendo, Fabinho. Carvalho looked great. Elliott had a hell of a game. I mean,
he's unbelievable.
Yeah, but they need to play against Man City. Like, I can't even stress how badly we could use a win against Man City. Like, what that would do, because we're poor the whole season and then we just beat Man City. That would be huge, dude.
It's good. It'd be good for the confidence.
Be great for confidence. It'd also be good for the table. I think it would turn the season around.
That's what I was hoping would happen with Arsenal.
I know. But I know you were.
For whatever reason, they didn't want to win that match. But what's interesting here is with Matip out, it's Konate and Van Dijk, obviously. Yep. Then you have Gomez, who's going to be in for Trent. So we're thin at the back again now.
Yes.
Your backup center back then becomes Fabinho. Or Gomez, and then Milner's your right back.
No, dude. I just don't want to see Milner in there. Stop.
I don't think that would take an injury. Knock on wood. But
he might play, dude. I would not.
All of the sudden, no, he's not going to play right back. All of the sudden, we're back to being thin at the back. Am I missing a center back? Is there somebody I'm not thinking of?
Nat Phillips, but is Nat Phillips going to play?
Probably not.
Yeah. So no. I mean, no.
What do you think they're going to do with the formation? That's what I've been thinking about the most here, because with Diaz out, one positive about that is if you want to play the 4 attackers, it's an easy decision at this point. It's Darwin and Bobby in the center.
Yeah.
Jota on the left and Salah on the right. If you want to play that 4 attacking piece.
It's an excellent question. It's an excellent question. You guys got to let us know in the comments. We saw he went back to his 4-3-3 yesterday against Rangers, but he switched it up against Arsenal, right? And he went, I think it was Arsenal, and he went with the 4-2-3-1 or the 4-4-2, whatever it ended up being. And it didn't work. I honestly think that he's going to go 4-3-3. And we might see something similar to what we saw against Rangers, with the exception of Carvalho won't start. We'll probably see Diogo Jota, Mo Salah. Can you drop Firmino? I don't think you can. You can't drop Bobby, dude. He's on fire.
Here's the problem. You're going to play Mo, obviously.
Yeah.
But then you have 3 players that all deserve a shout. Nunez has scored in 2 consecutive games. He's also the most expensive player. Bobby's on fire, and Jota had 3 assists yesterday.
Literal fire. He's insane.
Jota's healthy again and had 3 assists yesterday.
Wow, it's 3?
I think so.
3?
Yes. He might have assisted.
I know he had
all of Mo's goals.
I know he at least had 1.
I think he had 3, dude.
That's crazy. Well, it doesn't matter. He had some assists.
I could be wrong. He was, yeah. I actually want to say this.
But you make good points. Everyone deserves a shout. Uh, I think the headlines are going to be Darwin versus Holland, right? You know, does Klopp feed into the headlines? I think, okay, I said this like 2 minutes ago that I thought he was going to go 4-3-3, but now that I'm actually thinking about it, Klopp goes 4-2-3-1, all right? And he's going to go Hendo and Thiago in the midfield. Fabinho's not playing. Actually, no, that's not true. He's going Fabinho, Thiago. What do you think about that? And then Darwin, Jota, Bobby, Salah.
That's what I wanted to see, but the more I've thought about it, just in this conversation alone, I think it's going to be a 4-3-3. But that's what I want to see. I do want to see. But here's the other piece. He's been playing Hendo a lot. He really trusts Hendo lately.
And if you only have two midfielders, you're going to lose the midfield battle. Like, we might have to match their formation. That's what I keep thinking about.
Yeah. Fabinho hasn't been playing great, but he's Fabinho at the end of the day. So I don't know what he's going to do there.
Yeah, he wasn't particularly great yesterday. I mean, I didn't see anything bad with anybody, like I said. But back, we know what the back lineup's going to be. I think Robbo starts, even though I think Tsimikas has been good. But Robbo's back now. I think you start Robbo. You got to start Jota on the left wing.
Yeah, Jota assisted all three of Mo's goals.
That's kind of crazy. Yeah, Jota's got to play. Let me bring up something to you. Yesterday when Salah came on, okay, Salah came on and he wasn't playing out wide. He was playing up top. And he got a hat trick in 6 minutes. Do you put Salah in there with Nunez and Jota, right, as the 4-3-3 you were talking about, and allow Salah to drift in the middle? Or do you go 4-2-3-1, put Darwin Nunez up top, and then Salah out wide again? Like, there, in my opinion, subbing Salah on yesterday was so perfect because it brought, I think he was on for Darwin Nunez, correct? Regardless who he was on for, he came off, and Salah was in the middle of the field. And this is what a bunch of people have been saying, that we're playing him too out wide. And there's a case to be made. He was playing within the 18-yard lines yesterday, and the man gets a hat trick in 6 minutes. But then
it's ridiculous.
What do you do with Nunez? You know, like the Klopp has a hard decision to make. I can't make the decision. I'm actually struggling to make it now, so I don't know what Klopp's going to do.
I think if you start Bobby, then Mo can get in.
Hendo in the midfield, dude. He might bring back Wijnaldum for the game. We don't know.
If you play Bobby, Mo can get into the positions he feels more comfortable and he's more dangerous in.
But where did you like Bobby on the right wing? I loved that.
No. I keep Mo Salah on the right wing.
Okay.
But just play like you did last year in a game where maybe Mane wasn't playing. You had Jota on the left, or even 2 seasons ago. Jota, Bobby, Salah. Those three players have played together for a while.
Yeah.
Mo can venture in. Bobby can move out. Gomez on the right side has more pace than Trent. He's more solid defensively. So, like, we have more cover back there, technically. That might not be a bad idea. And then you bring Nunez on in the second half.
All right, so I'm going to do it to you. I'm going to do it to you, Steve. What's your predicted 11? Let's go. Predicted 11 right now. You got to choose. And formation.
This is what I think will happen, not what I want to happen.
I need to know what you, if you're the coach, or let me ask you this. You're betting on the lineup. You're betting on it.
Yeah, so that's what I think will happen.
So tell me what you think will happen.
Thiago, Fabinho, Hendo, midfield.
Okay.
Back four. So let's start at the back. Allison, Robertson, Konate, Van Dijk, Gomez.
Right.
Midfield, Hendo, Thiago, Fabinho. And then Jota, Nunez, Salah. That's what I think will happen. 4-3-3.
Jota, Nunez, Salah. Okay. All right. It's so difficult for me, dude. So difficult. So back five is the same. Allison, Gomez, Rabo, Konate, Van Dijk. Wow, this is difficult. This is really hard.
It really is.
It's really difficult because if you put in a three midfield, which is what I really, really would do, what I would do is do three in midfield, three up top. But that would mean you have to drop Bobby or sit Nunez, which actually might be.
I think Bobby's okay coming on as a super sub.
Dude, this is
like
so
he just played. How many minutes did Bobby play yesterday?
80 maybe 75. I don't know.
All right, so maybe you let Nunez get the run for 60, and you bring Bobby on in the second half. If you're in a lead, Bobby is going to press and defend. He's going to put in those hard yards for the last half hour. If you're not in the lead, well, he's on fire, so he can get you goals too. I think you have more options if you start Bobby on the bench than if you start Nunez on the bench.
I agree with that. The hard part for me is that do you sacrifice Bobby at the beginning of the game given his form? Bobby has been electric, Steven. And what matters in this game is winning, right? So for me, the biggest hurdle is starting Bobby versus benching Bobby. If I'm starting Bobby, I'm going a 4-2-3-1. If I'm not starting Bobby, I'm going 4-3-3. It's real easy. That's the hardest part for me. If I'm Klopp, I'm thinking to myself, I have to start Bobby. I'm going to go, I told you guys at the back, I'm going to go Hendo, Thiago in the midfield. Whew, that's scary, dude. And then Firmino in the 10, Jota, Salah flanking him, and then Nunez up top. You need that attacking presence. That is a dangerous attack. And honestly, the only way we're going to win is by scoring more goals than them because they are going to score.
Yeah, so you're just going to let...
I'm going to let De Bruyne just destroy our midfield.
Well, you're gonna have Fabinho on the bench.
Right, Fabinho, yeah, and that hurts too. But that sucks.
I would not be surprised if you saw Hendo on the bench instead of Fabinho. Like that same formation.
Right.
Because Fabinho came on late yesterday. So maybe they're just going to swap roles. Hendo's old. Like, let's face it. But I think he's been okay the last couple matches.
Yeah.
Like, I'm all right with Hendo right this second.
And Fabinho would give us more of a defensive presence. So I'm not going to change my prediction. I still think it's going to be Thiago Hendo. But I agree with what you're saying. The reason I didn't go for that is because then you essentially just have Fabinho and Thiago. You don't really have a midfield. Like, Fabinho sits deep. He's pivot. He just sits there. He doesn't really push forward. Whereas Thiago and Hendo can cover out wide if need be. Like, I don't want to see Fabinho going out wide to pick up runners. Because then, I don't know. There's just so much at play. And that goes down to the formation with the 4-2-3-1. If we play a 4-3-3, then we could Thiago, Fabinho, Hendo. That's who I'm going with. Maybe even Elliott.
I think those three players are so important in a match like this that's why he's going to go 4-3-3. Because those three players need to be on the pitch.
Okay, and then you're
regardless of Fabinho's form.
Let me ask you this, though.
He's Fabinho, and their midfield is very good.
So then Thiago would have to be the link guy. Thiago would have to link the midfield and the attackers because I don't trust Jota to do all that work with Nunez and Salah. Right? Firmino yesterday made me feel comfortable linking up with Nunez. Nunez cannot create for himself. Not that I've seen yet. He can finish, but someone needs to feed him.
Right? He's just a striker. He's just a forward.
And that's great. Like, it's good to have someone who can just finish. But, dude, I don't know. It makes me nervous with a 4-3-3. Like, I want Firmino in there. But, hey, maybe 4-3-3 and then you sub him on for Nunez and Maybe you get some late goals. You never know.
Well, let's face it, we don't know what's going to happen.
Yeah.
But if you can just let Fabinho sit back and Thiago and Hendo can rotate, like pushing farther ahead, it's not. I mean, it's our best midfield. We've been saying it for months. Yeah. We haven't been playing well, so like I understand that. Yeah. But it's still our best three midfielders. Likely.
It's hard. It's a tough decision to make. And then you look at what Man City could go with. They're going to be strong at the back. Their midfield is going to be strong. They're likely going to go with De Bruyne, Gundogan, and Rodri? I mean, that's standard for them. Or is Rodri injured? Like, I haven't really been following Man City. All I know is their front line is likely going to be Haaland. Probably going to see, Grealish and... I don't even know. Like, I haven't even been following...
So, Calvin Phillips, John Stones, and Kyle Walker are out.
Okay.
So, João Cancelo apparently is looking likely to start at right back. Mm-hmm. Ake at left back.
Yep.
Manuel Akanji and Diaz at center back.
Right. Okay.
Kevin De Bruyne, Bernardo Silva.
That's right. Silva.
Grealish, Foden, Haaland.
That's another thing. He might do Foden. Like, he might do Foden in the midfield with Gundogan and De Bruyne. It's...
Well, you got Silva. Bernardo
Silva might play right wing. They're so fluid. Their midfield and their attackers he can play them anywhere.
Yeah.
You know, we are fluid, but not as fluid. So it's gonna be a hell of a match, dude. I'm really nervous though, because the last thing I want is to get embarrassed by City. But part of me thinks that we can do it. We can surprise a lot of people.
Well, yeah. I mean, we're gonna keep having that thought until we actually do it.
Do it, right?
Because we know it's in there.
Yeah.
So that's not gonna change. You could lose 10 in a row. I'm still gonna go into that 11th match thinking, wow, we could win this.
Of course. I mean, that's being a fan.
You know?
Yeah, that's being a fan.
No, but I just mean like we can win this. Not like feeling great about it, but like, oh, we could definitely beat this team 5-0.
Oh, of course.
Even if we've lost 10 in a row.
That's true.
It's crazy, man. That's just the way it is.
It's the way it is this season. I mean, I'm not doing predictions anymore. I realize when I don't do predictions on a game, we actually play well. I'm going back to that.
No prediction. No prediction.
I can't do it.
I'm cool with that.
Yeah. Are you doing that? Are you sticking with that?
Yeah, no prediction. I haven't. I don't know if I've ever not done one, but I'm not doing one this time.
I'm a big fan of not doing one.
Sunday match.
11:30 for us.
Yep.
I'm pumped.
I thought I got the green Thiago jersey. Thought it was going to be here today.
Dude, that's lit.
And it didn't come.
Oh.
But for everyone that's in the market for a kit, $20 off the Liverpool official store website. And they're giving away a free $10 or pound euro voucher for every order between now and the end of October. So I got 20% off.
Yeah.
And a $10 voucher. Big savings. Get on there. Go check them out. We're not affiliated with them, by the way.
No.
Well, I guess we are,
my
but
green
not
kit.
like that.
I ordered mine green kit with no name on the back this time.
Mm-hmm.
Just because I was like, you know what, I might try it out. Maybe I can wash it more, and not worry about the number, I
thought about doing that.
I'm so excited to get it.
But I just think Thiago is such a legend of the sport that I have been thinking about getting a Thiago kit for a while, and I was like, let me just get this one. This is going to be timeless.
Okay, I could see that.
It's going to be a timeless kit. Do I think he's a legend? Is that what you're going to ask me?
I'm not going to open that can of worms right now. I'm going to say Firmino, regardless of what happens after the season, whether we extend him or not, he's going to be a legend. But
I have a Firmino 9 and a Firmino 11.
That's why I had Firmino in the cart, and then I was like, nah, I'm just gonna go no name. So
no reason you can't get another.
That's true, guys. Steve, thanks for being here. I appreciate you, man. I'm excited. Everything was said that needed to be said here. Let us know your predictions, your lineups, everything down in the comment section below, guys. Appreciate you tuning into the match preview. Watch along on Sunday. Match reaction after. Goal reactions after. Be here for it, guys, okay? Until next time, Reds, take care.